Hello, and welcome to my predictions video for Impact Wrestling Final Resolution 2023. Heads up, guys, I've still not been watching Impact, so I'm doing this blind. I say this in every predictions video. I should actually watch wrestling since I run a wrestling channel. But let's see how I do. It'll be interesting. So on the pre-show, we got Frankie Kazarian against Sheldon Jean. I don't know. Doesn't even have a link on Wikipedia to an actual article. So I'm going to go with Kaz to win. I don't even know who this other person is. Wikipedia doesn't seem to either. Frankie to win. Easy. Easy. Going at a rate of knots. Okay, next. And I'm just going to work down my... down Wikipedia's list of matches, so this isn't in any particular order. In fact, this is quite likely to be a potential main event coming up first on the main show. The Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, versus Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. So obviously, the last I saw was Alex Shelley defending the world title against Josh Alexander successfully. And then they shook hands and made friends afterwards. Now they're fighting again in a tag team match, player. So I don't know what's gone on there. No idea. Zack Sabre Jr. is teaming up with Josh Alexander. So Zack Sabre Jr. is best known to me as a heel. Josh Alexander, last I looked, was babyface. The Machine Guns seem to be one face and one heel. So is this a face and a heel against a face and a heel? Or has there been a lot of flip-flopping of alignments? I don't know. I'm going to side with... Part of me wants to say the Guns because they're an established team. But I know that doesn't matter in wrestling. And I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. coming in is a big deal. For Impact, and he's probably not going to be jobbed out. And Josh Alexander is always booked pretty strong by Impact in general. So I'm going to say that Alexander and ZSJ win. That's my pick. Next, for the Digital Media Championship, we've got Tommy Dreamer defending against Dina. I don't know. Sure, let's go with Tommy Dreamer. I mean, I really don't know. He's had that title for a little while. He's going to have to put someone over eventually for it. But the big feud was him and... who was it who interfered in the Battle Royal? That was the Impact show I watched. I can't remember, but, is that over? Because if that's not over, then Dreamer keeps the title until that gets resolved. But if that's... Or was it Dina? I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on in Impact. I apologize. I'm going to pick Tommy Dreamer. Next, we have Jake Something versus Jason Hotch, who I also have never heard of, and also doesn't have a Wikipedia article. So Jake Something is winning. Next, we have Mike Bailey versus Trey Miguel. That should be fun. That's going to be a high-flying affair, isn't it, if ever I've seen one? Ooh, it's tricky, that, as well. Both lost at the last pay-per-view I watched. Mike Bailey to Will Ospreay, and Trey Miguel lost in the tag title match against ABC. Bailey. They seem to really see something in Mike Bailey. That's why they put him up against Ospreay. So let's go with Mike Bailey. Rhino versus Moose. Battle of the men named after animals. Battle of the animals. Who would win, a rhino or a moose? Let me know who you think could win between the two animals in the comments, guys. Rhino, definitely. And in this match, I think Moose wins. So not true to life with the animals. I see no benefit to Impact putting a very much past his prime Rhino over one of their bigger stars in Moose here. Unless they do some shenanigans to set up some bigger story or to serve some bigger story that's currently ongoing. But still, I just think Moose should win this all day, every day. That's my opinion. Up next, we've got Trinity and Jordan Grace teaming up to take on Deonna Purrazzo and Giselle Shaw. Have Trinity and Jordan Grace had their women's title in the Knockouts title match yet? Because Jordan Grace won the Call Your Shot Battle Royal and then declared for facing Trinity. Has that show happened? I think it has, you know. I don't even know who the Knockouts champion is. But they're teaming up now. Oh, yeah, it was the one in Newcastle, wasn't it? Okay, so I don't know what happened there, but the fact that they're now teaming up suggests to me something went down where Deonna Purrazzo and Giselle Shaw came after them, either during the match, after the match, on the next Impact, something like that. So I see no reason for them to necessarily turn on each other. And that's like the knockout champion and the most recent opponent of the knockouts champion. So that's two pretty big deals. So before the show I watched, Deonna Purrazzo and Giselle Shaw weren't a team, so they're not exactly an established team either. So I'm going to say Trinity and Jordynne Grace to win. There you go. And last but not least, speaking of not an established team, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers are a tag team? Since when? What is happening? They are challenging for the Impact World Tag Team Championship against Chris Bay and Ace Austin, who I assume are going to retain. Because what is the team of Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers exactly? So yeah, ABC to retain. I know this has been like a quick run through and it's been a little bit all over the place, but I have no idea. There's two things I have no idea about with Impact. What's going on or how to predict them. On my NXT predictions, I at least know how WWE do things so I can make some educated guesses. Most of these guesses didn't even feel educated. But I'm going to run through them again just to recap the predictions. Make sure to let me know which you agree with and which you disagree with and why in the comments. I'd love to know from someone who's actually been watching the product what nuance I've missed. But yeah, I've got Kazarian beating Sheldon Jean. I've got Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. beating the Machine Guns. I've got Tommy Dreamer retaining the Digital Media Championship against Dina. I've got Jake Something beating Jason Hotch. Got Mike Bailey beating Trey Miguel, Moose beating Rhino, Trinity and Jordynne Grace beating Deonna Purrazzo and Giselle Shaw, and ABC, that's Ace Austin and Chris Bay, retaining the World Tag Team Championships against Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. As I've said a couple of times now, let me know in the comments your predictions, especially if you actually watch Impact with some sort of regularity. I'd love to know what detail and nuance I have missed. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new here. I will be doing a review of this show. I will be watching Impact and then doing a review and talking about how bad my predictions were. And share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been EBEZA, you've been amazing, and I'll see you next time.